It's just a public service announcement, sponsored by Just Blaze and the good folks at Rockefeller Records.
Fellow Americans, it is with the utmost pride and sincerity that I present this recording as a living testament and recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Mr. Styles.
That's me.
not DOC, but similar to them letters. No one could do it better. I check cheddar like the food inspector. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. Breakfast.
I'll make this. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Oh. Just got paid. It's Friday night. Party hunters.
What up? Happy Friday to y'all. Thank y'all for joining the Cannedbeatz breakfast sandwich again. It's Friday. It's definitely Friday. Hope to see y'all all in the place to be. Got a kind of a juicy topic today. It ain't real juicy, but it's, it's interesting enough to discuss right here. But I did want to share a couple like a life hack with you. Something that you can all entertain yourselves with and take advantage of if by some chance that you are trying to get into an establishment that you do not want to pay for. Just want to make sure that you are paying close attention to today's episode. Like I said yesterday, we were going to come on today because we ran out of time yesterday talking about a topic. And I wanted to spend some time talking about it because it pertains to the city of Milwaukee. So if you do not stay in Milwaukee, you might not be privy to this information, but it's probably something. Let me get rid of this banner because we have started. You don't need to have that up there anymore. But you see the social media down there, Cannedbeatz Art Space, Peep Game 414 on YouTube. That's our social mediums. And there are people who are from Milwaukee who no longer stay in Milwaukee that can kind of attest to the topic we're going to talk about today. I would do like all those other lives and be like, oh, let's just wait for more people to join. But I don't know if I want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck them niggas. They should have been on time. Fuck.
I mean, I gave you a 30-minute jump start and told you I was going to start in 30 minutes. Had the little ticker going, and I'm trying to use technology. You know what I'm saying? Trying to use technology.
Niggers are going to nig, bro. Always. Niggas always going to nig.
Yeah. I see why you get like kicked off of Facebook quite a bit because,
I be talking shit, right?
I'm talking mad shit.
Bro, I don't be mean-spirited with it. I just, my mouth, bro. That's why I'm in Facebook jail.
Truth be told, a lot of this shit be true. And, I mean...
Yeah,
I flipped and did some of the AI shit yesterday and turned into one of the slim big back bitches.
I saw it. I did see your pictures, bro. You were.
I got one picture I won't show. Like I look like I've been working out with you.
Yeah, that one picture in the suit, the blue suit, and it's like a Aston Martin or some shit behind you.
Right. Yeah.
Like Puff Daddy or some shit on that one, my nigga.
That's another one that I didn't post. I haven't posted. They got me shirtless, looking like a superhero and shit. So I was a little ashamed of that because there's absolutely that's an ultimate catfish. Like that's the ultimate catfish. Like this is changing the catfish game.
Man, post that shit, bro. I done seen a lot of big bike bitches posting their little slim picture, bro. They looking all like shapely. Fucking y'all big. I'm like, damn, yo, fucking cartoon version fine as hell.
You still in the pantsuit.
It's all lies. It's all lies.
I thought you said you had to get something to eat. That's not
I
not
did.
food. That's not food.
I ate. I was going to eat. I didn't want to eat on camera. My girl brought me I actually ate dinner for breakfast. My girl brought me this chicken dinner, chicken and mashed potatoes and broccoli. So I just ate that for breakfast. And it was gave me 30 minutes, and that's all I needed. Shit. So
You
now
broke the fast.
time for dessert.
You broke the fast. That's what breakfast is. It don't matter what it is. You don't have to be eggs and bacon and all that stuff. You need some protein and you need some vitamins to actually get your day going, and probably some fiber so you can get that stuff out of you a little later. I'm talking like I know like healthy shit, and
you ain't wrong.
I'm a good 250 and should be like a good 200. So
shit, you work on it, nigga. You can do that.
I've done it. I've done it twice in my life, for real.
Really?
I've done it twice, and the habits of every day. Like one part of my life when I was a high school principal, which is probably the most taxing job next to working at like fast food. I wasn't doing nothing but I'd wake up and I would grind from like 5 to like 8, 9 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock I'm like, damn, I ain't ate all day, and I'd stop and get something fast, eat, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. I wasn't doing nothing but just like gaining weight because I wasn't active after I ate, eating and going to sleep. Obviously, it was one of the worst things you can do. But the Wendy's double stacks would stay on me. It would stay right.
Motherfuckers do be good,
man. I have to take mine off and put some seasoning on it because it'd be a little bland. But
yeah, Wendy don't got no Lawry's in her cabinet. But
say less. I'm not quite sure. Hey, Keisha, I'm not quite sure, but I'm glad Keisha's here because she's going to be part of the discussion. Because when I went to Washington, D.C., Keisha was my tour guide. She went along, and she showed me. Actually, she used to live in the D.C., Maryland area, specifically Maryland, but showed me the difference between D.C., showed me the difference between Maryland, Virginia, all the different components around there where the borders are. How far Baltimore is from DC, because I always used to I always thought it was like Racine and Kenosha. Like I thought that was
all like right there.
But they're right next to, they 45 minutes away from each other. So I didn't know that.
Okay.
But now I understand, like when I was in college, you probably remember this from Tennessee State. Like the East Coast crew was the East Coast crew, and it was New York and Jersey. And I put DC in there. Okay. New York, Jersey, Philly, DC. I put DC in there, and then there would be Baltimore, and I put Baltimore in there, and everybody would be like, "Hell no,
hell no, yeah,
no, hell no." They was like, "No, Baltimore ghetto as fuck."
Yeah.
And then I started paying attention to like the girls in Baltimore because that's back when they would have the ponytail, the false ponytail. You had a fake ponytail, and like Baltimore was like this gaudy. It was kind of like Chicago, like where it's like you have a fake ponytail. Milwaukee is like this. It's like normal, and then Chicago would be like 8 feet tall, like that was. And then it's you got extra shellac on your hair to actually pull it back and shit. So that was Baltimore. It was like extra, like everybody was extra, and it was country.
Okay,
it was absolutely Babs. They were Babs. Baltimore was Babs, and when I saw The Wire and recognized that it is ghetto as hell. But when you were there, you don't realize you're really in the South. Like you really are like in a Southern area. People have a Southern drawl. It's the Southern, like you think you're in a back roads place. Like when going from one place to the other, you go on a 2-way highway. You see a lot of trees and a lot of looks very, very rural.
Okay.
That doesn't look very urban. But
did you make this trip before or after you saw The Wire? You had already seen The Wire, right?
After. Well, but understand, I have been to Baltimore before. But I only went there and went out. Like I went there and went out because my cousin stayed in DC and she showed me a club in DC that was hot. And then she, it was just, I was 20 something. I wasn't paying attention to lifestyle. I wasn't paying attention to income and like all that other stuff.
You was just trying to kick it.
Right. I was just kicking it. So this time around, I went with a purpose. I wanted to go see the baseball game in Baltimore. I wanted to go see the Baltimore Orioles at Cannedbeatz.
Nice.
So went there and kind of got a quick tour. And I noticed like on our way, I think it was between DC and Virginia where we were going down this roadway. You swear it was like a back roads of Mississippi. Like it looked like a Mississippi road, but you were in the city of DC. And we saw a group of bikers, like black bikers. They were all riding bikes. They had the biking gear on, biking shorts and a hat and helmets and stuff. And it was just like, riding together. It had to be like 15 to 20 of them.
Okay.
It's in Clinton, Maryland. So I don't.
Where's that in relation to Baltimore, Keisha?
Yeah. How far is that? And actually, Clinton was on the outskirts of DC, so we still far from Baltimore. Okay. That's a confusing thing when you have somebody who's from the area talking about all this shit. It don't make no sense right there.
Right.
It's like you turn here and turn there, and then this the turnpike, and that's the turn left. And I don't know what you're talking about. I just drive, and then we're using GPS and stuff, and it doesn't resonate to me until I actually feel where I am. But seeing them, I was like, that's a very astute group of black people. Like, they look like they're concerned about their health. You know what I'm saying? They had nice, expensive bikes. They had those like $500, $600,000 bikes that we were riding.
Not the crotch rockets, the big fancy.
Right. They went riding Debo bikes. You know what I'm saying? They was riding bikes.
Right. And
it started a conversation because it was brought to my attention from Keisha that whenever I live in an area in Milwaukee, it's around white people.
Okay.
I grew up in the hood. I grew up on Atkinson, but whenever I decide to move somewhere, it's like somewhere around white people. I first bought my first house in Sherman Park. Then I moved over to Menominee Falls. And then since then, when I lived in Menominee Falls, I lived around the area of Menominee Falls, like around the border of Menominee Falls. Then I moved to an area around the area of Wauwatosa. And then now I'm in the area around Sherwood, like around, I guess, people who kind of care about this shit,
Okay.
Whatever the way to say that. She says, well, Clinton is even further south than DC, which is about 35 miles. Feels like 100. See, this is how she talk, like, very knowledgeable of the area. I'm just like, where are we going next?
Right.
So 2 groups.
You need that person. You need that person when you go to a new place.
Right. One in Fort Washington. You see, Fort Washington sounds astute. It sounds like a nice area.
Shit, we got Fort Washington in Milwaukee.
Right. So think about this. In Atlanta's kind of spread. It's very spread out. And there are a lot of prestigious black people in Atlanta, but you get a lot more black people in Atlanta and in Dallas that are there and went there to get a bag, like to change their life, to run away from something from Milwaukee, to get to something brand new. And they kind of leave Milwaukee, live in a lifestyle, and go back down to Atlanta, and they live the same lifestyle, but they're just in Atlanta. Right. They didn't really get better. They're just down in Atlanta.
Just because it's cheaper.
Right, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper to do the same shit.
It looks like you balling. It looks more. You look like you look more, a little bit more fluent.
Yeah.
But it was different in DC because the DC people were actually affluent. Like, it was an actual real, like, Cosby Show type of feel. Like, not like sloppy rich where you're just buying Aston Martins and Ferraris, but living in a nice house, being able to take care of your family, having a comfortable living. Mm-hmm. And my thought was, if those people were in DC and said, all right, I got this promotion, I'm moving to Milwaukee, where in Milwaukee would they have the same ability to live like they lived in DC? Like, living in the community amongst them, their own people, be able to find a biking group to be able to go bike with, living in a neighborhood that has a majority of black people that actually, live the same lifestyle they did live.
Shit, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Shit, I'm so unfamiliar with Milwaukee these days. So I left Milwaukee in '99, and I haven't lived there since.
Man, it's 20 plus years. It ain't changed, but that kind of brings more attention to the fact that it's still super segregated, because there are no black communities. There ain't no black communities.
See, my perspective of it is a little different because I never lived in Milwaukee as an adult. I graduated high school and then I moved to Tennessee. and I've been down south ever since.
Okay.
Visited Milwaukee as an adult, but when I was there, I wasn't knowledgeable about neighborhoods and income levels and all the type of shit that you think about when you grown and you own shit. I didn't think about none of that. I just wanted to know where the hose was at.
It's kind of like when I went to DC the first time. Kind of like, yeah, whatever. I'm just here.
Yeah. You don't really want to learn anything. So
And
I didn't realize how little I actually knew about Milwaukee until I left. And you know what I'm saying? So I've been gone for about 10 years.
I went to a county 60% black. So the county was 60% black. So everybody there was working. Like it was like the people who were like, you go to certain like places and the help is black, and then the management is white. It was the management was black, the ownership was black, and the help was black. You very rarely saw white people like interacting with the black people. You see the same thing in Atlanta, but it's something different about it in Atlanta that is not as like. I'm trying to not to be disparaging to Atlanta, but
no, you can say it, shit.
I'm just like
ain't nobody from Atlanta. Mocha L ain't here, so it ain't. I don't think it's no native Atlantans listening right now. So you good,
right? Well, I would like to hear from some of those people that can speak about it, because they're down there living the lifestyle. Some of them are living a lifestyle that I think I would like to live when I get there. But
yeah, but I do hear what you're saying though, because I've never been to DC or to the DMV area at all. But I do understand that some of the richest blacks in the country are there. Prince George's County and all of that shit is over there. So they get into it. What I can say about Atlanta, other than what we've already mentioned about how it's a lot of fake it till you make it. A lot of niggas was broke at home and came to a cheaper place and they living it up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about the A is it's all black. Like it's black people everywhere. So you have on every level, like you can find there's some neighborhoods that's just straight hood, like fucking, on some Third and Buffum ass, like, you might get shot if you go outside and get your mail type shit. But then there's also there's neighborhoods like the ones you described. That's all big ass houses. Every single house on both sides owned by black people. And a lot of them are younger blacks, 30s, 40, 45, you know what I mean? This is not even all old money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I live in Decatur, and Decatur is smaller than Atlanta. It's right next to Atlanta, right to the east of Atlanta. And it's not as affluent. So what I see on my day-to-day is, first of all, they nothing but black people. I only see white people at the gym. On the days I don't go to the gym, there's a fucking 85 to 90% chance that I don't even lay eyes on a white person. And this is everywhere I go. The gas station, with me and my girl go out, all the guests at the restaurant are black, all the servers are black, the bartenders are black, and it's black owned. Like, this is just nigga shit. Ain't no white people. If white people come in there, you like, the fuck? Like when it's the reverse, when a black person walks to a country bar and all the music cut off, like that's how it is when Joey and Becky walk in. So I see a lot of different like stages of life with black people. I've seen a lot, especially working, as a journalist. Like I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of places that I wouldn't have normally been, big ass homes in these neighborhoods in these areas that I probably would have got stopped by security at otherwise, and then I live in the hood basically of Decatur, and got shot like last week at the Texaco, and that's where I bought this weed at the Texaco. So
man, you skirting life and death situations for weed, bro.
Yeah, man, shit is real, son. That's why I go to the gym, because there might be a war in this bitch, and I got a gun right there. But yeah, man, I don't know. I guess I don't really know what my point is. Coming to Atlanta was culture shock, though, for me, because I'm from Milwaukee, obviously, which is highly segregated, as you very well know. But then I left there and went to Nashville, which is Country Music USA. And that in itself, you've been to Nashville because your daughter goes to school there. But what you know about Nashville is that it's a white ass city, but then there's these very black parts of it. Like there's fucking 3 HBCUs on the same street.
Right.
Fisk, Meharry, and then the street Jefferson dead ends into TSU. So there's that. And then there's South 8th, the fucking projects that are right there by Tennessee State. That's black. A lot of black clubs and shit. So it's kind of the dichotomy there was almost like baby stepping me into Atlanta, because when school is in, you can be around a lot of very black shit. When school is out, not so much. But then when I moved to Atlanta, it's just niggas everywhere, bro. On TV, all the news anchors are black. Their names are Jaquita and Jovita, and you know what I'm saying? The mayor's name is fucking Kasim, and you know what I mean? Like, it's niggerish, but in a good way. Niggerish and black excellency. Black excellence, like, at the same time.
I think that the perception of black with all my time has been Atlanta. Like, when you talk about everything you just said, that's exactly what I always pictured going to Atlanta. Like, man, that's the blackest city ever. But then when I went to DC, I was like, technically DC is the original chocolate city. Like, that's the original city that was looked at as like predominantly black, which is crazy. Excuse me, that was my dog, you know. Might have found my point. Oh, the perception of what I thought was black was Atlanta, but now the perception I see is like, wait, there's a whole nother, like it's a step level higher of DC, where it is. I feel like it is old money. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like, well, shit, now I'm 50, I am old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am the old money. It's like people my age who now have children that are the age, the Jew people that you see at Atlanta doing the same thing. Like, it's like a generational thing. And I think I got mad thinking that in order to actually feel like I'm around people, like-minded people, I'm around white people here. Like, I have to actually live in white communities to feel like I have that same like-minded feeling that I would have if I was in DC or if I was in Atlanta, which is hard to actually swallow. Like, it's like I don't have no other choice. There's one community here that has like an affluent group. Well, there's probably a couple more, but the one I know is right outside Menominee Falls. It's called Heritage Heights. Okay. Yeah, those houses like $400,000 or $500,000. I mean, that's beyond the scale of what I'm talking. I'm like, where's the normal affluency? Like, people who like back in the day growing up, I felt like Sherman Park was that, but that might be the closest thing to it.
Yeah, it might be. I've never known where the rich blacks were. When I lived there as a kid, the only like rich area that I knew of was right by the school, was by 53rd Street School, where the Jewish neighborhood on 52nd, 51st.
That's the Sherman Park area. That's the Sherman Park neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right over there, bro. And that's the only like north side area anyway that I knew of where some money was at. And I knew big houses by the lake and shit. But
right, like if you were black and had a house on 51st Boulevard. I'm like, oh, okay, you doing big things. You know, you got a big yard, you own the boulevard, fam. Or by Washington Park, Grant Boulevard. Yeah. It's the block off of Sherman, where there's a lot of houses that look. It's right by Sherman Park over there. The mayor of DC is black in Baltimore, Maryland, and has a black governor as well. And yeah, that's their only black governor in the United States is Maryland. You've got government workers, contractors, and people who are college educated and never moved away, raising their families, staying in the area. That makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. You figure you got Howard, you have a lot of still prestigious schools over there, and they stay in the area. And now Baltimore has Bowie State and what else is in Baltimore? I can't remember the black college. Shit. Can't even think of them.
I'm high, bro. That's my excuse.
Anyway, but I guess the sad thing is like I mean, I guess what could a community do to actually become that? Like, because right now I stay in River West. It was just a shooting on like 2nd and Keith, like right up the street, across Holton. I call that the Gaza Strip. Like, Holton is the Gaza Strip, and you go over to the other side of the Gaza Strip. It's just mad war on the other side of Keith, but on the east side of Keith,
it's fine.
I mean, east side of Holton, it's fine. It's great. Like I counted, like I did a post one day. I counted 17 Subarus parked over here.
That's a lot of fucking Subarus.
And you know who drives Subarus? They're all tree hugger. Coppin State. Yeah, Coppin State is in Maryland. Yeah, that is.
And Keisha, you was right. She said earlier, she was talking about how, you know, black people are not a monolith. Absolutely right. I 100% agree with that. That was earlier. My reaction is late on that, but word up.
See where she did say that. Is it still there?
Yeah, since we are not a monolith, we should be recognized as such. At 10:49. Because niggas is different.
Oh, here we are.
Niggas come in different
We're
varieties.
not a monolith, and we should be recognized as such. Yeah, I mean, it's very like, wow. And I was so like taken aback seeing it. I was sad that I looked at it. I was like, man, look at that. It's black people doing black people shit. Mm-hmm. And like even when we were staying at a resort at the National Harbor, which is, you know, this is a decent resort. I think the hotel is like $250 something a night, and people who come there. It's got a Ferris wheel out there. They got shops, and you know, it looked like a very astute Wisconsin Dells area, like a lot of like touristy kind of shit, nice restaurants or whatever. And families are coming in with like full luggage sets. You know, they're not coming in with the gym bag and slides. They're coming in like looking like Mr. Banks and all his family coming to go vacation together.
Right.
And I was like, man, this looks very, you know, or like a family, they were coming in for a wedding and the whole family had like a floor. And there's another family who came down there. I just happened to talk to her because she looked like my cousin's wife. And I was like, and I looked at her, I was looking at her for too long. She looked at me. And I was like, my bad. I thought you was my cousin. Mm. And I said, I'm from Wisconsin. She's like, I'm from Wisconsin too. I said, and she's only down there for a baby shower, throwing her daughter a baby shower. Mm-hmm. So they were all at the hotel, about to throw a baby shower. I'm like, wow, this is the kind of stuff that you don't really hear about. You hear about everything under the sun. It's not that. Hyatt Place at National Harbor. It was on the Potomac River, so this sounds beautiful, like it was on the Potomac River and shit. But anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I don't know. I don't really know how you build that. How you build that neighborhood in Milwaukee.
I mean, I know there was one person when I was buying. I was looking for a house before I moved here because it was right before the pandemic, or was it after the pandemic? I can't remember when it was, but I was looking, and because my daughter she had graduated Tennessee State, she was coming back home. I was like, well, by the time you get here, I should have a house. And I was looking and never found a house. And then the pandemic hit, and then my job changed, and also she got into her car accident, so I had to co-sign on a car with her. So that just messed up my opportunity to continue to buy a house. So I haven't been looking since. But when I was looking, my real estate agent was trying to talk me into buying a house, like on like, you know where Gauss is. It's like 17th and like north. Like she was talking about 17th, not Meineke, but what's the block north of south, whatever. And so over there, like Brown, like 17th, like Brown or some shit. Mm. And she tipped me.
Like it was fucked up.
Well, this is her talk because let me rewind back. There were families at the school I worked with, and one of the teachers had bought a house right behind Washington High School. And there are pockets of Milwaukee that are really good, and there are pockets that are really bad. And there's a couple pockets behind Washington Park that are terrible. Like they ain't got no grass. Terrible. Like whoever they rented the house out to gave zero shits about the house. So there's a gaggle of white people who have bought up houses and all got all their friends to buy the houses too. So they have like two sides, like they kind of made like a perimeter where it's like 7 to 8 houses of friends who bought houses in the area, and they all know each other. They would carpool, they would commute together, and you go over by in their neighborhood, they're all outside, talk to each other. They made them a little community right behind Washington Park. Okay, and they recruit people to buy houses over there, people that they are like-minded people. And this one lady was trying to do the same thing on 17th Street. So when I went over there, she said, all right, I know that person owns that house. I know that person owns that house. This person has bought this house up here. And her house is really nice too. So it's like a block of like really nice houses. And she pointed to a house that was probably available. And I was like, I can't do it.
That's the area.
It's 18th and North.
Yeah.
And actually, no, it was less. It was like 15th and North. It was like 15th and North. So it was like going closer to Titonian. I was like,
Couldn't do it.
I can't. There's too much history in my head to know that I would be good doing that.
Right.
And I think that's a mentality that's being lost too, because we could do it.
Yeah.
We could go into communities like that.
Somebody got to start it, right?
Yeah. And I guess it wasn't going to be me. So I'm actually part of the problem. All right. That's the end of the show. But I'm talking to other people. Like, I'm talking to Chris Hill. Chris, every time I talked about something about an area, he's like, man, niggas. That's all he kept saying. Like,
that nigga rich, though. He rich and bougie. That nigga Chris, bad and bougie, bro.
He is.
Already know.
He is.
Shekels on deck.
Yeah. I sure was like, I can't do it. So it takes a courage to do it. But, you know, there's any other areas around there is way too expensive to actually build up. It's kind of sad, actually. But
Shame.
But, you know, I started off the show talking about a life hack that you can have, like a life hack of making sure if you don't have no money and you want to get into a spot, check it out.
Again. Bro, you ain't pay your YouTube bill, nigga?
It's moving.
Oh, they moving on my screen.
No, the little
Oh, the thing.
Yeah. Jerk.
You pay your YouTube bill, nigga. They want their money, dog.
Oh well.
Don't be watching free videos like they free, bro. You pay your fucking money.
All right, how they gonna play me? Actually, I downloaded this video. All right.
The best way to get a house if you ain't got no money is to break in that motherfucker, bro. Water, nigga. Just go in that bitch and sit down and say you ain't leaving.
Well, I see that's plenty of times.
Right.
Well, anyway, the humor behind this video was the fact that two white dudes, they just took a ladder and just went in different places and act like they was coming in with a ladder, and they would let them in. They went to the movies and they was like just walking on a ladder. Dude was like, "Hey, how you doing?" They walked in.
I think I might have seen that. Yeah, because why the fuck would you have a ladder?
Right. I mean, you important. You bring a ladder in, and
you're here to do something. Then you about to
do right. There's a couple places that the dude held the door open for him and shit. Like it was like life hack. I was like, dude, that's something else. And the white dude told me if you want to do something, like come in with a clipboard and a pen, and that actually works too. Like you can go in any. He's been in like several schools with a clipboard and a pen. They didn't really check who he was or nothing.
What you going to schools for? Why are you sneaking into the school? What are you doing?
Well, he was an educator, and we would always go to schools to kind of like evaluate other schools to see best practices and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I thought that almost sounded a little strange. Like, yeah, it
did.
When you get in somewhere, just bring a clipboard. You got into 4 schools. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
What you doing?
See, now my computer's stuck.
Stealing computers, nigga.
Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much the premise of
that video.
Today's episode, and I can't even get I can't get the white dude off my screen and shit. Oh well, let me see something.
So you got to pay YouTube their money, bro.
That's what it is.
You got to pay them niggas, man. Where that nigga Sean at today?
He had a haircut. He said he might be able to join, but
I had a haircut this morning. My shit shining.
I ain't had a haircut in about a month and a half now, so I don't know. I'm a barber one at a time and shit. So, and I let somebody else cut my shit, and I was not really pleased, but I had to do something.
Yeah. You ever had a haircut by a white person?
I have not. You can. You absolutely can. Max, don't trust whites. Don't be sneaking in those schools. Tanya, where are you still in Florida? Tanya.
Florida.
She
Man.
talking about she want to move to Decatur.
I saw that. You getting too much money in Florida, old rich ass cousin. That's my rich cousin.
Oh yeah, y'all cousins.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere. You know, it's a million Sappos who's married to these people and those people. So I think we related somehow. Tanya explained it to me, but I don't remember shit.
I didn't want to show this though. Lady in Florida who basically baked some bread in her mailbox.
Oh, I did see this one.
Because it's so hot in Texas.
Is this real though? Allegedly it is, right?
Allegedly, I guess. I mean, shit. She don't look like she'd be lying.
This bitch old as hell. How you know how to put some shit on the internet, old ass lady?
See,
you
always questioning the right shit. Like
you ain't tech savvy. And look at these angles. These angles are fucking excellent. Her grandson did this. Like, grandma, bring your old ass out here and hold this shit.
So she don't look that hot. And she got oven mitts on, like it's like.
Yeah, you got to add to the lie.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it a video or these?
It's 40,
other than the fact that it's extreme.
It's 45 minutes of she said it took 45 minutes to do that.
Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't believe the Golden Girl. She lying. That's cat because she don't know shit about the internet because she's fucking 93 years old. And then them angles were great and it was beautiful. You ain't got no iPhone, though, lady. She got
your cousins by marriage. And she's in Florida. Oh, Clara Sappho is my cousin. So that's real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Clara is a real name. That's a real family name.
Auntie Clara.
Yeah. So there you go.
A lot of Sappos, bro. Them niggas everywhere. Married to people and shit.
So you got my business over here in my little inbox, but it's nothing. So we got the TDR throwback. It's Tone Deaf Radio. Kickback Tone Deaf is the platform in which you are watching the Breakfast Sammich. And on July 29th, we will be hosting live podcasts. So you come down to the Sherman Phoenix and be part of the live audience of 3 podcasts. You got Shine Life, where I'm from and where I come from. And I'm trying to see what the third one is. It's kind of distorted on there. Call to Action. I think we're going to have a couple more. But there's some music. We got some music games going on, food. We got some drinks, just doing the big thing during Sherman Phoenix. So if you're in the city around the 29th on Saturday, it's from 12 to 5 all afternoon, pretty much the whole day. And looking for a live studio audience for some of these podcasts. So if you're interested in being a part of that, come on down. Like a
little podcast festival.
Right, pretty much. We tried to do this a couple years ago, but Genesis Renzi. No, it wasn't Genesis Renzi. It was I forgot what his name is. Blizz McFly, I believe his name he was doing a music video, and this is when I knew that like their local artists in the city really doing big things, because it was a video production truck that came in with wiring running from the truck all the way into the Sherman Phoenix, taking over the whole Sherman Phoenix. I'm like, man, this is a real video. They ain't no like camcorder shit. It was like a production. So it's too much going on, so we couldn't do it then. And then the pandemic hit, and then we never did it again. So that's how that happened. The pandemic just started causing all kind of problems and shit.
Yeah. Well, shit. Pop that shit off, nigga. Hell yeah. Put your ass out there and watch a podcast. What's wrong with you? You ain't doing shit. You said there's gonna have food and shit?
Yeah. Yes, they would. They were.
Nice.
All right, that's it. Dang. I was gonna try to do this video again, but
yeah, you determined. That shit is over with.
It's over with. All right. It's not funny no more.
You set that shit up at the beginning of the show just to bring it in, and they hated on you, bro.
Right, exactly. They might be hating on me just on purpose.
It's hard out here.
Well, in memory of the fact that my man Esta's not here, let me see if I can get this one to work. This is some hype shit to me because I never seen Ghostface perform this. This gonna work.
You know it ain't. Yeah, that shit broke.
This shit gonna work. I don't care.
Oh, that shit broke.
It's Ghostface doing Nutmeg.
He probably don't remember the words to this shit.
Real son. Hey yo, scientific. My hand kissing, robotic listening, optimistic. You probably missed it. Watch me dolly. Cali Waddy competent me. Big microphone hippie, hip and Kipsy, crispy chicken burst. Stone Richie. Top the O. Sprinkle a little snow inside of Optimo. Swing the jaw, mac and roll. Rap, rock and roll. Tiny bowl, gun hole pro. Starsky with the gum soul. Hit the rum slow. Parole kids. Yo, the tone stizzy really high. The vivid laser I got. Jumping in a Harley ride. Clocks, I freak 'em lemon pie. Bout it. Lord forgive me, Miss Sally shouted. Tracy got shot in the face. Our house was overcrowded. You fake cats done heard it first. On how I missed on your turf head top. Cuban link first show. Check out the Black Kingpin. The Black Jesus. Jury dripping face in the box. I see your ear twitching. As soon as I drove off. I came to me with 3 sodas. Give one the Ray. Let's season they brawl. Like the raw heaters. Knock me the Seba for Heva. Diva got rock from the receiver bleeder. It's real.
Portfolio.
Hey, that shit got me hype. Hey,
my man got bigger dime, son. Your shit is scampy.
My biggest flex right now is that Dennis Coles is my Facebook friend and shit. Like he's my real Facebook friend. So I see him post shit that nobody else see and shit. Like it's pretty dope. He don't know who I am though.
You want to invite him to the party, nigga?
Yeah. Hey, I invited everybody on my friends list. Like it was, I got Rakim, I got Dennis Coles, I got Eric B, and RZA. They didn't come and shit. they didn't come.
They was hating, bro.
I really feel like I be having inside scoop on their life when they be on their posting shit. Like and like when he posted like this, like I'll see some exclusive like clips out. Like, oh, I ain't seen that shit before. Or like he got coffee. Dog got a coffee brand.
Who does? Ghost?
Ghostface.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought Jadakiss was the only one in the coffee game.
I think it is him.
I thought he was. Jadakiss and his pops and his son got a coffee company together. He's selling coffee beans.
He had a video of it. I'm gonna show it next time we're on air, but it's I forgot what it's called.
They pushing coffee like weight, nigga. Keys of coffee beans. I don't drink coffee. You drink coffee?
Try to. Killer coffee. That's what it's called. I stopped drinking coffee for a minute because it was like they putting something else in the coffee.
Killer coffee don't sound desirable. I don't want to drink that.
But when you see it, you're like, what? It's killer coffee.
It's like liquid death. Like water called liquid death. Like, why would I drink that? I ain't drinking that shit. The fuck? Why would you call your water liquid death? I know you're trying to kill the thirst, but I ain't drinking a can of liquid death.
Hey, that shit is it's very popular too.
Yeah, people.
So you got vanilla milkshake.
Pause. Pause.
Why is that pause?
Because vanilla milkshake.
Dog, stupid. Supreme dark roast, marvelous medium roast, marble cake.
Marble cake.
Marble cake is the shit.
Be like marble cake, like. That's funny. That's a Ghostface ass name right there.
Hey, I'm gonna buy some.
You should.
Marble cake is a medium roast ground coffee, man. He ain't even got no like extravagant explanation.
Yeah, it's coffee. Where the beans come from, nigga? Staten Island.
Staten Island beans.
Coffee beans.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That coffee probably nasty as fuck.
That coffee looks good. I'm gonna actually do it. I'll do a taste test live on air. Killer coffee, because I'm a Woo fan. I'm a support.
Nigga, me too, bro.
I'm a support.
You know me. Shit, we both in that game.
Man, I can't help it.
I'm just hating. Y'all be talking shit.
Nasty as fuck. Yeah, I don't even drink coffee. Fuck dog coffee.
Yeah. All coffee nasty to me.
Tastes like Staten Island sewage.
Right. That nigga Meth, he's selling weed. They got that Tikal, like a Tikal brand and shit. He was sending out like gift boxes of weed to different celebrities and shit, and they was opening them on their Instagrams and shit. That was like how he did his rollout. Same way Beyonce did with that weak ass Ivy Park line.
That didn't go anywhere.
No, but it makes sense that shit didn't go nowhere because you'll never see Beyonce. Anybody finna wear that shit if they don't see Beyonce in it.
You don't see her wearing it.
And then when you see her, she sure ain't wearing no fucking workout clothes. So why would she even sell those?
So you got the Cal strands.
Yeah.
Sweet tarts, gold tang. See, you pause on that. You're gonna pause the ghost face. You know they be getting together. Fam, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make some coffee, son. I'm gonna kill the game with my weed.
I'm not questioning the pause.
Okay, so the gold tang is hybrid, leaning more on the indica. Is it indica?
Indica.
Indica
dominant hybrid. Blends
ratio 60-40. What's this language, fam? What's the language?
So hybrid means he said it's ratio 60-40, but it's more on the indica side. So it's 60% indica and 40% sativa. You know, those are the two types of cannabis.
Okay.
And these motherfuckers will generally fall to one side or the other all the way, but you know, motherfuckers are scientists.
It sounds like it.
You call it. So they will grow a hybrid. Then they give it different. They know how to give it different flavors and different shit like that. But this one says it's indica dominant, so indica is more of a body high. That's the one that's gonna get you like stuck where you just, you know. Whereas a sativa is more of a head high, where you that's gonna have you writing rhymes and painting pictures and shit.
I don't want to get stuck.
So,
gold tang is also known as kosher tangy. Was created through crossing a delicious kosher Kush and tangy strains with. See this language I don't even know, bro.
It's like wine,
right? I'm gonna say what's a sommelier? What is a weed connoisseur? Is it a weed?
I don't know. A weedologist, nigga. I don't know. Cannabologist.
I didn't know getting high was so complicated. You know what I'm saying? It's scientific.
It's not. Not from the consumer side, not to me. From the production side, absolutely. You know, if you're a grower, then for sure. But for me, you know, the guy I buy from most of the time has a fucking farm, bro, in Michigan. Black dude. The nigga's younger than me. I'm 42. I think he just turned 38. Nigga birthday on Christmas Eve and shit. But he always has different flavors and shit, like several different flavors every time I go. So I can ask him like, yo, let me get a sativa, let me get a, you know, he's like, all right, or let me get one of these, but make it half of this and half of this. He's like, all right.
So when did that happen? Like, when did it start becoming like flavorful? Like, how long ago was that?
Shit, when I was in college, it wasn't really like that. So I would have to say at least it came to my attention probably around like maybe 15 years ago, like 08.
When they started, that's when the chocolate tie and all this stuff started to.
Well, the chocolate tie and shit was some 90s shit they were doing in New York. I think maybe New York and Cali had some shit already, but we didn't get to where I was at in the middle of the country until then.
Okay.
For
some reason, I see Atlanta as like the birthplace of like all types of different things. For some reason, I don't know why it's in my head. I don't smoke, so I don't even know where that came from.
Nah, Atlanta, they call it ZA. I think that came from Atlanta. Exotic weed, they just call it ZA for short. That's some young nigga shit.
Oh yeah.
What's up, OG? I got that ZA. When you go to the gas station and shit, there's open air weed sales all day.
Facebook user, who are you? Thank you for joining us. And actually, thank you everybody. I don't know if I thank Tanya and Keisha for joining us and jumping in the conversation. We got other people on the feed, but nobody's really saying anything. We're
having a serious conversation. Niggas want to hear some nonsense, so that's why I'm here.
Hey, the serious conversation got to come sometime, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes, but I have nothing else. It's Friday.
That's it.
I got paid.
Happy Friday.
I got paid yesterday, actually, but it's all gone. That was Keisha McGee Robbins. Okay. Thank you for joining us, Keisha McGee. Tell your mom I said hi and your dad.
How the hell you know? How she know who everybody is?
She's the investigator. She's the secret investigator. And just for the record,
Yeah.
Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky.
D Page was in Milwaukee. I don't know where she is now.
She was at your party, right?
She was at the party, yes. And she let me hold on to one of the art pieces that that she bought from me, so I could display it at the show. It was the one, Black Thought. She let me hold that one because
all the art that was on the walls at the party was yours.
Yeah.
Nice, bro. There's some nice shit on there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, a little talent, bro.
The price. Thank you. The price tags scare people away, but you know,
it's original art, man.
I know my worth. I know my worth. I know what took. I was actually late to the party because I was falling asleep because I had been up all night before trying to finish up a piece. Yeah, trying to finish up one of the pieces.
Yeah.
She's in the group posting with her. I guess she can see the people in the peep game posting with her.
Got it.
Do I even have? I wonder if I even have it on my page. Anyway, and I just thought about this. We got to bring back the candy draft because we didn't do the fruity candy. Pause. We didn't do the fruity candies, so we got to do the list for that. So I think next week we got to bring that back.
Yeah. Hopefully get S dot back for that one. We need more heads for the candy, for the drafts and shit, the different contests.
Oh,
we need more brains for those.
Just so you know, rewinding back to the discussion about the art show. The art show was called Heads Ain't Ready.
Nice. You proud?
Hip hop oriented and shit. Heads ain't ready for the shit I got. You know what I'm saying?
You was proud as fuck to say that.
I did. I was. Nobody got it. I was like, heads ain't ready. Only a few. I like when only a few people understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That shit dope. That's hard, bro.
But yeah, we're gonna bring back the candy draft and a couple other things so that we can get going on that. But hey, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you got your breakfast on and you're smoking. And I don't know if you're getting your workout on or whatever you're gonna do. It's Friday.
Already did, bro. I did that before I came to fuck.
What time you get up to work out?
Early today. I got to the gym at about 6. Well, my workout started at 6:11. That's what time I started jumping rope. That's always the first thing I do. And I jump rope for 6 minutes and I watch the clock. That's how I know exactly what time. So I started at 6:11 today. And I got back in time to.
And you do an hour workout?
2.
All right, nigga. That's too much.
It's always 2. First hour is usually upper body, pushes and pulls, mostly no weights. And then the second hour is lower body, like agility drills and leg work and shit. I train like I got something to do.
Thank you, Keisha.
When I really don't. Yeah, I'm Eastern Standard Time, Keisha.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the comments over there?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with no further ado, we're going to end the show and let you guys have your weekend. Monday, if I'm going to be on Monday, it's going to be about 9. Actually, yeah, it's going to be like 9:30 again. So if you're available 9:30 on Monday, because I do have a meeting, but I have to do the Blue Diamond said it was nice. the report, and this is a pre-recorded program, so rest assured that this is not live.
Yeah, we did this shit yesterday. Yes,
we did. It actually is yesterday right now as we are talking. Mm-hmm. So we are just very mad interactive with our comments and shit, the technology of the internet. But hey, with no further ado, I bid you all goodbye and see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Fuck yeah.
It's just a public service announcement sponsored by Just Blaze and the good folks at Rockefeller Records.
Fellow Americans, It is with the utmost pride and sincerity that I present this recording as a living testament and regulation of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Mr. Styles.
That's me.
not DOC, but similar to them letters. No one could do it better. I check cheddar like a food inspector. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. Breakfast, 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 breakfast.